John, we need you on set. Has anyone seen John?
Negative. Why is he always late?
John, where?
We were supposed to start this 30 minutes ago.
Holy smokes.
What the hell is that? This guy.
It's fucking John.
Good day, gentlemen.
Johnny.
About time.
Up? It's about time. I'm late as usual. I am Teflon 434.
Mr. Credit here.
Drew the finance guy. What's
and
going on?
This is the Showroom Podcast. So, the talk of the talk, the talk of the town, this is what we're about to do. Let's start the show with, of course, my people that want to get a bigger audience. Let's please go ahead and like, subscribe, and check us out on the show so we can get this thing going.
And speaking of subscriptions, I don't know about you guys, but I'm subscribed to like Formula One TV and all that kind of stuff. That's the very first race of the weekend started this week. It was on Saturday. Normally it's on Sunday, but of course Max Verstappen won, he won by like 22 seconds. So we can already kiss the championship goodbye. But I'm curious. I know that I watch a ton of it. I know you guys kind of dabble in it, that kind of stuff. Who are you guys' kind of favorite racers or teams, or who do you cheer for in it?
I'll let him go first.
Well, you know what, Drew? Thank you for inviting me into your office. That was my first stint with the racing game. Verstappen?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm running with him.
You are?
He's the truth.
He's like the Tom Brady of Formula One right now.
Correct.
He's just
I'd be safe
unstoppable.
going there because I don't know many other people. I have a Chico jacket, if that means anything to anyone.
Checo.
Yes. But with that being said, yeah, we're going to go with him.
Fair enough.
What you
Who
got?
you got?
I got Teflon 434.
He's going with himself.
Yo, that car, I mean, Max, not taking nothing away from him or whatever. That car is built around Max.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more into MotoGP, the motorcycle stuff. I do watch Formula One mainly because of Lewis Hamilton getting in there, running with Mercedes. BMW is not in Formula One. We won't go there. We'll leave it alone.
I was going to say, boy, Lewis is going to Ferrari next year.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes. The good part that I like is all of the Ferrari people were hating him because he was in the Mercedes racing him, and now he's going to be racing a Ferrari. So I'd like to see that switch over.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that switch over.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, but as far as Max is concerned, dude, they built that car around him.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy that, like, he beat his own teammate by 22 seconds. And for those of you that are watching, they're like, 22 seconds, what's the big deal? The gap was 22 seconds. The gap to everyone else was like 2 seconds. And it wasn't close. Right. He literally lapped everyone, and he was back up to like 10th place by the end of the race.
That's crazy.
And it's insane. His own teammate, they're in the exact same car, and he loses by 22 seconds. That's unheard of.
So talk to me. What is it? So clearly it's the driver, right?
Correct.
So when we say driver, what are we talking about? Are we talking about big balls? Are we talking about what are we talking about here?
I think that his feel of the car and what its capabilities are just so far superior to not only his teammate, but realistically, I think if you put him in any other car against any other driver, I think he's beating them. If you put him in a Mercedes, he's beating Lewis, in my opinion. If you put him in a Ferrari, he's beating both of those drivers. If you put him, against Alonso in the Aston Martin, at this point in time, I think he's beating Alonso. Like, I just think that he is that good right now.
So he's gifted by God in driving.
And I mean, so his dad was also a former Formula One driver. There we go. So I mean, he kind of grew up around racing. He grew up karting. Like, his entire life has been driving. And when he's not driving, he's in a simulator driving. And like, his life is revolved around driving. Not to say that the other drivers haven't, but I think that there's just a different level in his head when it comes to the feel of a car. It's insane.
I have another opinion with that as well. Motorcycles. I'm coming from motorcycles, so they always have this saying, it's never the bike. It's the rider. Now, Formula One is a whole nother level, and it's going all the way from the streets all the way up to the track. It's getting weird now, in my opinion. Everybody's just going out and buying the fastest thing that's out there, and now they're the man on the street. You know, on the track, that's going to change because now it's up to the rider. That's why I like to race in the rain when I'm on a motorcycle, because it brings all those guys who has the $200,000 suspension, the $200,000 tires. It brings them down to your level where I got $30,000 parts all in my whole bike. You know what I mean? So Formula One is another monster when it comes to that because they spend so much money.
I mean, they're capped at $400 million a year.
Right.
That's what they're allowed to spend, $400 million. And like there are teams that used to spend $1 billion a year, and that was your Mercedes and Ferrari and all that kind of stuff. So finally they said, all right, everyone, you're on the same playing field. And even with the cap, it doesn't matter. Red Bull's still faster.
Okay.
If you look at the last 15 seasons, 2 teams have won the championship.
Right.
Red Bull, Mercedes.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what I want. That's the point I want to get to. How much money are they capping it out? Are they spending $399,999?
I would assume so. Your
Right.
smaller teams are probably struggling a little bit to reach that cap, but they're
Correct.
still getting there.
That's what I'm saying, though. They're spending $400 million.
Correct.
There's no comparison. I don't care what your skill set is. If you're spending $300 million, you
Right.
can't touch $400 million. No matter what your skill set is. I believe
True.
that. I just believe that.
So what are you thinking? So now this is more engineers, better engineers. This is having a team of super pro.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with the design of the car. Obviously, these cars, their aerodynamics are the most important thing. Aerodynamics and weight.
Right.
There are cars, like right now, there's a car that's the Alpine. Everyone, and obviously I haven't seen any facts on it, but everyone keeps saying that the car is really heavy. They essentially, and heavy for them means that they're probably over the weight limit by 10 pounds, something like that.
Right.
Not even that.
But that 10 pounds costs them half a second a lap.
Correct.
Which means they finished the race in 17th and 18th, and that was only because there were 2 drivers that had like big issues that caused them to drop way down. But if not for that, they would have been in last place. When last year they were kind of fighting a little bit higher up, but just because, and once again, this is only from what I've read and seen, they're overweight, so they're in last place. Like it's as simple as that.
Correct.
I mean, it's crazy how sensitive to everything these cars are. Like last year, McLaren started off as one of the worst teams by far. By the end of the season, they were the second place team, just because they made minor tweaks to the car and stuff like that.
Correct.
And that got them half a second a lap, and all of a sudden they're fighting against Red Bull.
So how does Red Bull stay at the top? What do they have going on that the others seem to be missing?
It helps that they have Max,
Correct.
but it also helps that they have a man named Adrian Newey, who is the design engineer or design philosopher. I don't know his exact title, but he's essentially the one that designs the car. He's designed all of the championship cars that Red Bull's had. Wow. And even the cars that they didn't win championships with, I know some people would say that the car was actually faster in turns and all that kind of stuff, but the engine they had at the time sucked. So they just weren't fast enough on straight line speed to keep up with the other cars. But going around all the turns and everything, they were still faster.
And they're running a Honda engine.
Yes, it's Honda, Red Bull powertrain. Eventually, Red Bull will just be making their own, but I think that takes place 2026.
Wow, that is crazy to me. But once again, taking nothing away from Max as his driving skills, that anger he has for not being able to produce back in the day is coming out right now and showing everybody, letting them know this is what I was talking about. This is y'all beat by 22 seconds. Y'all just go back to the drawing board. Just give me the trophy now, and we don't have to spend the rest of the money.
And it's crazy because last year, obviously, they had the fastest car. This year, they completely changed their car. So everyone was like, well, is it going to be faster? Are they going to have some issues? And somehow they're starting off the season even faster than last year.
Correct.
And it's crazy that, like, how come none of the other teams have been able to, like, how come no other team can make a car anywhere near this fast? Like, it's insane.
You know, I don't know, but I'm hearing talks of this new Halo I noticed it just because I see that they were selling, I guess you could say, advertising space on the actual Halo itself. What's the deal with this Halo?
I mean, the halo is just protection for the drivers. Essentially, it's a giant bar that wraps around their helmet and the top of the car because they don't have any windscreen or anything like that. So it's essentially just a safety precaution that, once again, there was a race 2 years ago. One of the cars ended up flipping over and sliding on the roof of the car for probably a good, 500-600 feet and then crashing into a barrier. Had that halo not been there, it would have been on the driver's helmet and on his head. The weight of the car would have been on his head and would have been potentially a very big accident.
Correct.
Yeah, much potential.
Oh yeah.
And going back to your other question, like I was talking about the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Like you get a lot of guys because they ride these big fast bikes. I got the bigger motor, 1,000 cc's. And you're riding a 600 cc, and they think you can't beat them. If you don't have the skill set, I could ride a 250 and beat you. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Certain things comes to the skill set, and as far as Formula One is concerned, to me, I'm gonna say that's a lot of money. To get to Formula One, you have to have the skill set. You know what I mean? There's not a slow driver in Formula One.
True.
You know what I mean? These are the top
They
guys.
got rid of Nicholas Latifi, so you're right.
He gonna get you, bro. He gonna get you. But there's no slow driver in Formula One, bro. So it's up to the team. And who's their principal?
Christian Horner.
Horner. Okay. Who is Toto? That's the Mercedes.
That's Mercedes.
Okay,
Toto
cool.
Wolff, yeah.
Toto Wolff, yeah. So I like Horner too. I like them both actually. So
Yeah.
That
Horner's
management-
going through some stuff right now.
Yeah,
but
I know. But he's
we'll
cleared.
see what happens.
He's cleared. He's
Yep.
been cleared. So I like the fact that those principal managers have to go through a lot just for the driver.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, they got to do a lot to just keep that team together in general and do what they have to do to win.
Yep.
But all right, we didn't start off today to talk about Formula One forever. We're in a dealership. We need to talk about dealership stuff at some point.
Okay, right. You see how we could just be here and just talk about
Yeah.
this car stuff? We really do this. This is what we're talking about, okay? You know what I mean? Let's see. So what's next is, what did I?
The Cybertruck, Papa?
No, not the Cybertruck. It's on the lot.
On the lot.
We're going to talk about what happened in the dealership, right?
And I think we're going to... Yesterday was an interesting day.
Yes, and I was here.
Yesterday we had a family come in, looking at a couple vehicles, stuff like that, and there was another vehicle that they wanted to buy, the SL convertible that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Correct.
But that one had sold already.
I sold it.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And so the parents were buying a car for their daughter. I don't know how old the daughter was, somewhere late teens, early 20s, something like that.
Between 19 and 22.
Somewhere, yeah. So she didn't get the SL, and not that I'm saying that they were super nice, super awesome. I'm not trying to say that she was like spoiled or mad that she didn't get the SL, but she did end up getting to walk out of here with a Audi R8 convertible.
V10.
Wow.
Yeah, which I'm sure isn't
Outrageous.
terrible.
My most favorite car is gone.
Yep.
It's out of here. And a 19 to 22-year-old is driving it around.
Yeah.
Wow. And they also bought the Mercedes 4x4.
Yep.
So he bought the 4x4 Mercedes,
Right.
the red or burgundy-ish, whatever they call it, and the Audi R8 V10.
He came to the dealership and bought two heavy, semi-exotic vehicles, and none of which were for him.
Correct. Yep, 4x4, I believe, was for his wife, and
Yep.
then the other one for the daughter. So, question: what kind of credit and stability and stuff like that does it take to just walk in and buy? Essentially, it was probably 500, 600 grand worth of cars.
Yeah.
What does it take to do that?
So yeah,
Because not everyone can.
I'm very familiar with his credit profile. He was a solid 800 plus credit score, and he had all the lines that you could possibly imagine.
What do you mean by the lines?
Well, he had paid off autos from 30,000 to 100,000, and he had trade lines since he was 18 years old. Right, this guy has a broad credit profile. Right, so it's very simple for him to do what he needs to do. He's seen as responsible by the lenders. able to do the down payment that they're looking for. So with his credit, the world is his oyster.
Fair enough.
Wow.
So basically, you're saying that he's kind of built up and established himself enough with all the banks through his credit and all that kind of stuff that he can walk in and do that, and no one's gonna think twice about it.
Well, just to give him more scale, he lived in an $8 million home. Right, so he's borrowed and paid back everyone in every facet of his life, right?
Yeah.
So he can select, and they will take a chance on him with anything he so ever desires.
That works.
Nice.
Life is good, my
Yeah.
friend.
Nice.
Something. So that's just something to look forward to.
And the dude, and here's what I love about it, guys. Listen, bro, money doesn't come flashy, fellas. It doesn't come flashy. He was the richest man in the room, and he was wearing flip-flops, right? Open-toed flip-flops. Oh, look at this, guys. Are we getting... look at this
You see me
live.
I was
give
going
the
to say, I think
signal?
it's
Live
It's
on...
live on camera.
We are getting a Cybertruck, an additional Cybertruck. We're going to have about 6 Cybertrucks within the next 2 weeks.
There we go. I love to see it. I
This
tell
is
people all the
crazy.
time, you can't stop the record button in this dealership.
No, this
bro.
is real. This is live
you
TV,
gotta
Papa.
keep the record button popping in this dealership, bro.
Yep.
So we had the first one in the city. We gonna claim that. We will claim that. We had the first one in the city. I don't know why that's so important.
If you had one before Atlanta Autos, tag them, and let's see. Let's really get into that.
Okay.
You know, because we're making claims of having the very first cyber beast in Atlanta, Georgia. Right? If you challenge us, if you've had it before us, step up.
Yes.
Tag us. Show us.
Yes, let us know. Let us know. You got to keep the record going. Do you know both of those Cybertrucks, the one I just pulled up in, is already sold?
Crazy.
Gone.
Listen, but this is what I told you guys. These cars here
Are ugly.
listen, bro. They are. but listen, I like them. I like them, guys.
I love it. I love it, bro.
you like the giant windshield wiper that
listen,
just looks.
Yes.
I put $100 on the wood, and I'm waiting for my allocation, brother. I
Yes.
love it.
It's dude. I always said, okay, on paper, I can't say what it is. On paper, I can't tell exactly what it is. In real life, I like it, bro. I'm in it. I'm done. It's cool.
Listen,
There's nothing else.
we're driving around the city all this week in the Cybertrucks. The fellas were out last night in the Cyber. There were kids running down. You know, the water boys, they weren't holding waters. They were running down the truck, brother.
With the cameras
With the
going, what the
cameras.
hell?
Listen, the kids love it. You're going to see us in the city. You know what? Let's do all 6.
Ooh, that'd be
Let's
crazy.
do all 6.
We did
Well-
the Cullinans. We did the Cullinans.
Yeah, but these things are selling the moment it gets
Before-
to the lot.
I know,
so we gotta
I
obviously if
know.
someone purchases a car, we don't take
We
it out
can't
or
take it
anything
out.
like that.
Golly.
But if we get one like this one coming off the truck that is it sold already? or
No, not yet.
So we might have
I
to
have
like
a buyer. I have a buyer. That's I got a buyer. Don't worry about it.
Atlanta, Georgia, I will be driving this Cybertruck down the street before it is sold. You will see me. I'm pulling up to McDonald's, Arby's, and I'm ordering food and sandwiches in the Cybertruck. Holy smokes.
Man, I think the Cybertruck can order food for you.
It better.
Have to go anywhere. I think it can order food for you, bro. For real.
So, and the crazy thing about this is the market demand that it has right now. I won't say how much the last one. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if we say how much it's selling for or anything like that. But
Yeah.
we're over $200,000 on these things.
Correct.
Which is insane. I mean, why? Explain to everyone why. You know, obviously we know this about 100. I don't know what it costs with options. Why is it going for $200,000 right now?
Guys, like I told you in the last video, it's all about exclusivity and it's all about availability. This is what's called a market. This is what builds a market. Right now, this is the hottest vehicle for sure in the market right now. And money is energy, right? Money, you know, it doesn't really matter, right? If you want it, you're going to get it, right? So the market is saying that these vehicles are to be sold in the upper 200,000s if they're going to be moved, right?
Correct.
And that's what they're going for.
So, is there not? So, kind of similar to the Corvette Z06 when it came out, Chevy said if you sell it within the first couple months or something like that, they were going to void the warranty. Is there something like that with Tesla? So obviously we can't say who we're buying these cars from or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure there is a similar situation going on.
Oh, yeah. So there was the clause for Tesla, and this is from my understanding. I do not know. Tell us in the comments if I'm wrong. When you purchase the Tesla Cybertruck, you sign paperwork that says you will not sell this vehicle within the first 6 months to a year, whatever agreement you come up to, or you will be fined $50,000, and Tesla will push litigation towards any monies that you made over, that we want that too. So from my understanding, these people are going, okay, I'll take $50,000 fine, okay, as long, but I can make another 80 on top of that. Hey, I'll give them their 50. I don't know what they're doing, actually, but from my understanding, you're not supposed to sell this vehicle.
So I did the paperwork and everything on the one that we sold last night.
Correct.
I'm not going to say how we managed to make that happen to where everyone's happy and no one's getting in trouble.
Okay, got you.
But if you're looking to buy a Cybertruck, call us.
Atlanta Autos. We got Cybertrucks.
I know how to do it.
I know how to do it.
I know how to do it.
And
I'll show you.
Actually, more importantly, obviously, if you're looking to buy one, call us. If you're looking to sell one, call us. More importantly.
Yeah.
Because obviously in this world, there's workarounds to everything. So we know what needs to happen in order to try and make sure no one gets in trouble, no one gets sued or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, even if everyone that gets one kept it for 6 months, what does it matter? They're still going to sell it for $200,000 because everyone's still going to want it.
It's the truth.
So it doesn't matter. Like, you could try and control the market, but at the end of the day, you decided you're going to sell this vehicle for $100,000 or whatever it is. You're not producing enough for everyone that wants one to get one.
Right.
So how are you going to get mad that someone is capitalizing on that?
Right.
Like,
That's
all there is to it.
It's the truth. So let this message reign all throughout the world. If you have a Cybertruck, bring it to Atlanta Autos because we know exactly what to do with it.
We got it. We on point. We always on point. I'll go back. I want the internet to call us, do all of that good stuff. But guys, if you have a Cybertruck and you want to sell it and you're unreasonable or unrealistic on how much you want to sell the car for, don't call us. Okay? If you're just looking to sell the car to us for what we're trying to sell it for, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, we're still a business at the end of the day.
Make it make sense, people.
Yeah.
You'll get your money, we'll get ours. Make it make sense.
So where are we going to try and take this Cybertruck before you sell it? You're not allowed to be on the phone until we drive it.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Is this somebody here to get it now?
That's somebody here to get it now.
Possibly.
Because that's the guy. That's the guy that he was mad when the other one was sold.
Yes,
when he
that's
found out
the
the other one was
dude.
sold. That's him.
Oh, he's coming to get it now.
How did he know it was coming here?
These guys are freaks, bro. They
What
figure it out.
time is it, bro?
He's pulling the door. Oh, we're open. Hold on. This is live, guys.
This is live.
Atlanta Autos, how can we help?
Oh, he got me. He beat me to it.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
We're shooting a podcast, but we noticed you guys rolling up. How can we serve you today?
Okay, I think we're losing.
I think we've lost Dwayne now. But it is 12 o'clock. We are open, so there's nothing we could do about it. At the end of the day, we're here to work. We're here to sell cars. You know, that's what we got to do.
So you want to go back to F1, or Dwayne's not here, so we could talk about F1. But no,
I want to. You want to make a bet?
no, I'm not betting. Who's going to bet against Verstappen? It's just Red Bull. They just
I know one person that's going to that may be behind the cameras, so he already had to pay up on that.
He paid you, of course
yeah.
he did. Well, this Red Bull season, bro. Let me go get a Red Bull.
But it was the first one of the race or first one of the season, so whatever. But
Right.
all right. I guess we're open. It's probably
let's shut it down. We're gonna have to shut it down, bro. This is quick. It's time to go, guys. Like, subscribe, join. Let's do this. Drew, could you tell them, please? Maybe they'll get it from you. Tell them. Talk to the people.
I mean, it's not that hard. It's one little button. Just click subscribe and like. Turn on little notifications so you know we're going to be here every Monday for you guys. So come check us out.
Come check us out, guys.
And if you want a Cybertruck, that one's not for sale, but the one on the truck is.
We about to go for a drive in the new one. Can you take the camera and show them the one on the truck? We got it. Okay, cool.
Already got it.
We're out of here.
Take it easy, guys. See you.
That's the Showroom Podcast.